Hello everyone, Rebecca Fuel here, and I am a car sales consultant. And what I've done is completely thought of doing things differently. And this is to serve you, the customer, okay? The top two reasons why people say that they don't like the experience of buying a new car is A, they don't want to have to deal with the salesperson. They have a reputation, we have a reputation for being sleazy, for being slimy, for being unethical, for just wanting to, take you to the cleaners. But I'm here to tell you that that's not always the case. It doesn't matter what industry you go to purchase something in, there's always going to be people who have your best interest at heart, and then the people who are those typical car salespeople, right? It's always going to be that way. But unless you purchase a vehicle online, I mean from start to finish, you are going to have to deal with a car salesperson. So how do you get around working with somebody that you don't feel comfortable with? Well, just say you don't feel comfortable with them and request to work with somebody else. It's really that simple. You are buying a new vehicle. You are the one that has to experience the time at the dealership. So you are the person that gets to choose whether or not you want to work with the first person that comes around you. Since I've been in the car industry, I have taken this to heart myself. If I go somewhere and I don't feel comfortable with the salesperson, I have no problem asking to work with somebody else. So there's number one. The number two reason why people don't like to come to a dealership and don't like to spend their time purchasing a new vehicle or put it off or dread even beginning the experience, right, is because of time, right? We all think we don't have enough time. We all think that time just flies. We all think that there's not enough time in a day, right? But the truth of that is we all have 24 hours. Every single one of us has 24 hours in a day, right? It just depends on how we manage ourselves. Now, time can't be managed. It continues to tick tock, right? I mean, it just is going to continue to run. But we have to manage what we do in the amount of time that we're given, right? 24 hours in a day. Now, one of the services that I offer at my dealership is to save a customer like yourself time, okay? And how I do it is simple. I call it the Vehicle Purchasing Concierge Service. Now, what I do is I get on the phone with you, and it usually will take about 30 minutes. And the reason why it will take that long is because I want to get every bit of information out of you that I can, so that later on in your car buying experience, you're not spending unwanted time doing the deal. Okay? And the questions that I need from you are exactly, what do you need the vehicle for? What are you driving now? What is it that you don't like about your old vehicle that you're wanting to purchase a new one? It's because I want to know exactly what vehicle is going to be a safe, smart choice for you. Okay? So questions like, how many passengers are you going to have? Do you have car seats? Do you have strollers you have to keep in the back? Do you go to Costco and do shopping on Saturdays? All of these things are meant to save time. And let me tell you, that 30 minutes spent, that little small amount of time spent saves hours later on, okay? So it's 30 minutes on the phone. And then what I do is I tell you what we have available, which one would you like to see? And because we've spent that 30 minutes really honing in on what it is that's going to be a right purchase for you, I then can tell you what we have available. You can pick which one you would like to see. And if you're in my area, I actually bring the vehicle to you. You get to touch it. You get to sit in it. I show you the features. We get to do a walk around the car and see what all it has. The safety features, the tech features, if you're even interested in any of that. and then I get to take you on a test drive. Now, the only thing that I have to do prior to that, and one of the reasons why I'll ask you so many questions, is if we get to the place where you actually want to see a vehicle, well, then there's no reason for me to bring you back to the dealership and have you sit there while I do all the paperwork or type in your information on the computer. Within that first 30 minutes, if I can get all your information from you, I can have the paperwork done. Yes, I can bring you the vehicle, bring you the paperwork. We can set everything in line, all the contractual stuff. You agree to the terms, you agree to everything that I bring to you. Then you get to get on with your life. I get to go back to the dealership and then tie up all the loose ends, and then we contact each other and we come up with a time that you can come into the dealership, go straight into financing and the F&I department, which is finance and insurance, and you can then spend a minimal amount of time in that office to actually finish the purchase. How's that sound? Okay, so those are two things, those are two objections that I get from people when they talk to me about purchasing a new car. One is they don't want to deal with a salesperson, and two is they don't want to spend half of a day in a dealership. Well, I have combated that. First of all, you get to work with me, a person that actually cares about you. I really want you to be in the right vehicle. I would feel horrible, and car salespeople should feel horrible if they put somebody in a vehicle just to hurry up and get the deal done. That is not integrity. That's not customer service. Okay, so then we have dealt with the second issue, which is time. Okay, which is with this concierge service, and that saves you so much time, hours of having to sit and wait in the dealership. If you would like to know more about these services, my name is Rebecca Fuel. I'm at Ted Russell Ford on Kingston Pike. I'd be happy to speak with you. You can contact me there, ask for Rebecca, and we'll set up a time to be able to discuss your needs so that we can get you headed forward in your new vehicle purchase.